Hey, this is James from All Hail Internal Combustion. Where am I at on the El Camino? Well, y'all watch the older videos on this. I put new brake lines and everything else into the car, and I was going to try and reuse the old calipers that are down there, but they're in really super crappy shape, and actually the bleeder on that side snapped off. We tried to drill it out, and we were unsuccessful. So, had to order some new calipers, which finally came in after a week. Routing spark plug wires, and naturally, two of the wires that were originally on this engine are too short for the way I was going to run it. So ordered another set of spark plug wires from Jags, and I'll grab two out of there, and I'll still have a full set, depending on what wires I grab. Doing some electrical on the car too. I started running all my power wires. As you can see, it looks like a zip tie porcupine under here. But ran all my power wires to where they need to go. I ran a green wire into the firewall for the tach to go through. I brought my coolant sensor through, and I got that run on the intake manifold. Had to extend my alternator wires by a few inches to get them to line up right the way I want them to look. And I'm putting these little power blocks in where I need to. Normally on a small block Chevy starter, you've got your main power wire that would go to your battery. Then you've got your trigger wire for your solenoid. And you've got the main wire that basically feeds the car power, so when you turn the key switch on, you get power in the car to everything else. Well, rather than running that down past the headers onto the starter, I decided to put this up there. You can get these off of Amazon, and they really come in handy. But this wire right here is my main feed for my key and my fuse box on the inside of the car. Then I've got the wire that runs down to the alternator, the main power wire for that. And then I've got my main battery cable that's going to run down to the starter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run another main wire all around here, along the inside of the fender well, and up to the battery. Eventually I'm going to put a battery in the back of this thing, so that way I don't have to worry about redoing too much. I can just tap right into there, go in through the car, and get to where I need to be. I also needed a radiator hose for this thing. Found an AC Delco one for $8 on Rock Auto. So that came in. And I also ordered some radiator bushings. Got those from Energy Suspension, oddly enough. I didn't know they made that stuff, but I did find it. So I also got that in. What I was really waiting on was... I lost them. Oh, I was waiting on some more of these power blocks to come in, because these are a little smaller gauge. They're 1/4 threads. And what I'm going to do is my trigger wire for my starter, I've got that curled up here. I'm going to run another power block over here. And I'm going to go ahead and put my trigger wire from inside of the car to right here, and then down to the starter on a different wire. That way if I ever need to bump the engine over for anything, I can put my hand switch between here, and I can crack the engine over without actually starting the car, like if I need to adjust valves or do something crazy like that. Like I said, I'm trying to put this thing together the right way the first time. That way I ain't got to mess with nothing. So, a few little odds and ends to button up. I'm really going to nail... Right now it's Friday. Tomorrow I'm going to get out here first thing in the morning and do the brake calipers on both sides. The rotors are, can't really see them, but they're rusty. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the rotors. As long as there's enough meat left on them, I'm going to turn them on the brake lathe just to smooth them up. Got brand new pads. And get the brakes taken care of. Get that bled out. Put my last spark plug wires on there. Junior already went through and cleaned the carburetor up for me. It was relatively clean. It just had some dust in it from when we emptied the gasoline out. A little tiny bit of rust, but not too bad. So he went ahead and overhauled that for me to save me some time. And I've still got to figure out my power steering pump. I don't know if when I took this thing apart, if I lost something. Not exactly sure. But if you look down in there, it looks like it should take an O-ring fitting, but everything I'm finding for this car says that it's supposed to take a double flare. So if any of you guys out there that are familiar with these Saginaw pumps, did I drop something and not notice it? Or am I just getting the completely wrong hose? Because I think I got this one from AutoZone. So I need to figure that out so I can get the power steering back in the car. And I've been looking for it. They're calling this a flow control valve or a flow regulator. And I can't find individual pieces. Like, you can buy the whole thing for like 50 bucks, but that still didn't look like it came with any kind of a cone in here to allow me to use a single flare line. So I find myself confused, which happens a lot. But that's just a quickie update. I'm going to come out here tomorrow and take some more vid of me cutting the rotors, because I got some new bits for our brake lathe that I still haven't set up yet. But that thing's buried like way over in the corner. I gotta come out and unbury that thing, put the new cutters in it, and cut rotors. But right now I am off to AutoZone to pick up some wheel seals, because I forgot to order those when I ordered the calipers. Always something. I'll catch you next time. This is a little short video, but see y'all around. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. See you next time, which will be in a couple of days.